And so my name is Shauna. I'm a Gold with Young Living and have been doing the business for about 2.5 years now. I have the utmost respect and am so excited to be welcoming our guest featured speaker that I will be interviewing today, Miss Rachael Evans, who hit silver just this last month. And I'm excited for you guys to hear from her on some of her tips and tricks and strategies and what it's like to be the first Living Well Now silver in Colorado. The Living Well Now team is expanding like crazy, which is really, really fun. We have members all over the world. But as you know, if you're building a business, it's really, really, really tough to build a business in the first place. But secondly, to do it if you feel like you're not surrounded by all of us other Living Well Now people here. We hear it a lot that it feels sometimes like you're alone if you're in another state and things like that. Now, the great thing is that it might feel tough, but it's tough no matter where you are. And even if you are surrounded here in Arizona by our Living Well Now team, it still is tough, but it's doable and it takes persistence and anybody can do it from anywhere. It's just making a decision to do it. So we're excited because we now have gold leaders in Michigan and Indiana and are now featuring our first silver leader in Colorado. We will talk in a minute about our Elite Express program because we just had another person in Colorado who did executive in three months. It's called EI3, which is part of our Elite program with Young Living.
One of Rachel's girls hit EI.
If you're just jumping on, please mute yourself. If you're just jumping onto our call today so that we can hear our speaker. So please hit mute on your phone if you're able to do that or on your computer. So anyway, we'll talk a little bit more about the Elite program in a little bit, but this person who did executive in 3 months is part of Rachel's team who we're going to hear from today. So that is really, really, really awesome that we have somebody on our team that has moved so fast from 0 to executive. And literally she bought her kit in April.
April, yeah.
And then she hit senior star in May and executive in June, which is crazy. And Rachel supported her along the way and many late nights, right, Rach?
Yeah.
Helping a team expand that fast. So we're going to hear a little bit about that as well. So anyway, without further ado, I think we are up and running with our meeting. And again, if you're just jumping on, welcome, welcome. This is the Living Well Now Wednesday Wisdom Call. I'm Shauna, and we're going to be talking with Rachael Evans. And please sure you mute yourself on your end. This is recorded so that everybody can hear. We just want to make sure that you're muted on your side. And at this time, I would like to welcome Miss Rachael. And I would like to just share with you how I know Rachael. This business is so fun because, in fact, Andrea and some of the girls and I were talking about this today about you meet people along the way that come into your life through this business who you would have maybe never had interaction with or crossed paths with before. And they become some of your best friends in life, in business, in just everything in this journey that we have. And Rachael is one of those people who I have crossed paths with because her sister is married to my brother. So Rachael is sort of family, but not by blood, but could be considered probably a sister in love, as the layman's like to put it. And I am so honored to know Rachael just through family things, but to also partner with Rachael now in business and in health. Rachael has a really strong passion for health, and I'll let her tell you a little bit more about that. So, Miss Rachael, welcome, welcome, welcome. Congratulations on hitting silver. Yes, hands up. That's super exciting. In the Colorado area, Rachel's right just north of Denver. And would you just give us a little background? How long have you been with Young Living and building a business, and how did you hear about Young Living? So fill us in a little on who you are, Rach.
Absolutely. So thank you, Miss Shauna. I actually learned about Young Living from Jess. Jess is the one, she's my sister who lives in Arizona. She's the one that introduced me to it. And it's actually really funny. She called me and really excited. She was like, oh my gosh, I have to tell you all of this really awesome stuff about the business and about these oils. And I'm super excited. And it's funny, we laugh now, we call it the verbal vomit, because I was like, whoa, what the heck? What's going on? I don't really understand what you're talking about. But she came out to Colorado and she shared with us. We were literally around the kitchen table and she shared with us and she said, these oils can really help you. I know you have a lot of things that this could help you with. I'm super excited. I really want you to have these oils. How can we get these oils for you? And I just was kind of like, nah, yeah, okay, whatever, Jess, that's fine. I'll go to your class. I'll get a kit from you. You just tell me what to do, whatever. And so she had a class back, it was July 2014. She had a class, her first class actually, I think. She did amazing. And then I got a kit at that class. And after that, I got my kit and it sat for 2 months and I didn't do anything with it. I kind of forgot that I had it. I was not really interested in opening it, to be honest. It's kind of funny how it really just sat. So she called me and she was, really encouraging me to use my oils and encouraging me to just, kind of jump in. And I wasn't super interested, but then I started jumping in with the oils and I was like, you know what, I'll try some oils, whatever. I think I just used Stress Away and Peace and Calming at the time was actually in that kit that I had first. The kit had changed shortly after I got my first starter kit. And so I started just using the Peace and Calming and Stress Away and liked it and, noticed some stuff. And then I tried to diffuse frankincense and it, to me, stunk so bad that I tried to give it back to Jess. And she's like, no, you need to just try it. Just trust me. And I threw a big fit and it was so funny. And so I eventually just kind of started using my oils. And then from there, it just kind of took off, just me using my oil. Becoming more excited about them. So at that point, I had made people a lot of Christmas presents and stuff like that. And then they all came back to me in January and said, oh my gosh, I love these oils. Where can I get them? And I was like, I guess I can help you. I guess I can help you. I don't really know how or what. And I was just kind of put off by it, which is so funny. I had the people coming to me wanting the oils, and I, from the very beginning, I was like, I am not a business builder. I am not a business builder. And that's kind of the running joke between Jess and I really fought it a lot because I didn't want anything to do with the business.
I'm going to try to help you, but I don't have a clue right now, okay?
So it was really cool how people were coming to me, and then I started to notice, oh, okay, I think this is something that I might be able to do. So after that, I made the decision in May 2015. I said, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to try this business building thing. And I had my first class, and it went terribly. I was super nervous. I was sweaty. I was shaking. I was scared to death I was going to pass out. My anxiety was sky high, but I eventually, got through the class and did another class and then another class. And then that first month I made, I think, $1,000. So I was like, whoa, there's something to this. I can do this. So that's how I got started with it. That's how I got into it, was mainly by just being super, super, super patient with me, because I can tell you I was not very nice about the whole process with her. So you're welcome, Jess, for giving you a lot of practice with a very difficult person, because I was that person that, I was mad that the starter kit changed. I was like, why didn't I get the new one? And then I was that person that one of my bottles leaked. So I called her and I was upset about that. And then I didn't understand how ER worked. And then I didn't understand this and I didn't understand that. And she was so supportive the whole time. She used the feel, felt, found on me several times, and I'd say, don't use that on me. I hate that. So it's so funny how, she was really super supportive and very sweet and just completely stuck with me, because if it was me and she was treating me like that, I'd probably be like, yeah, whatever, at family, forget it. I'm done. But she stuck with me the whole time and was very supportive. But yeah, I was a big pain in the rear end the whole time.
I think I kind of remember some of those days, right?
Yeah.
I love what you were saying, though, about don't talk to me about the business. I don't want to do the business. I don't really like this, da, 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 da. And then that decision was made, and that's where it really started to propel. I know that when in this business we say things that we don't want to lead followers, we need to lead leaders. And I think Jessica did a fantastic job of leading you as a leader. And I'd love to hear from you with this fast-growing team that you have, on what maybe some of your tips are for leading leaders as opposed to leading followers.
Absolutely. So the biggest thing is just giving them my time. I mean, really, Kathy is the amazing person on my team that she was really excited about the oils and said, hey, I'll do anything to meet with you. So she would literally go into work at 3 a.m. in the morning and then drive all the way to my work, because I work 50 to 60 hours a week. And then she'd meet with me at 5:30 and we'd meet till like 7:30 at my work. And so me just giving her the time, but her wanting to do it, her wanting and being willing. So it was that part of it. I've been very, very, very lucky, because I have a lot of people that are really interested. And I think for me, the big learning point there was I didn't want to do it as a business for a long time. And so I've never really pushed anybody to do that, but just kind of encouraged them when I saw potential. Brooke Glaza, she's another person on our team. She's phenomenal, and she is just a real go-getter, and is like, I want to meet with you. I want to learn. I want to watch. I want to co-teach. I want to do this. So really just meeting people where they are, respecting what they want to do, and just being there for them when they're ready. I mean, I think that's huge. And just giving them the resources. Everything that I have done, I pass on. And a lot of that has been duplicated from Jess, which she got from you. And so it's that duplication of everything. So the Danny Johnson 30-day boot camp has been fantastic. All of the books I've read, Navigating Your Way to Abundance by Andrew Jenkins, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, GoPro, The 4-Year Career, all of that stuff. The ULA book, that was actually one of the first things I read, and realizing that one of the ULA things that I was not ever having was fun. And then I felt sorry for myself for about 3 days, and then said, no, I need to make my own fun. Like, get over it. You need to make your life how you want it. So just all of those things that have been duplicated to me by my amazing leaders, I've been able to duplicate down to my team, and they've been duplicating down to their team. So really just being there, giving your time, understanding that everyone is different and wanting to do the business, not wanting to do the business, maybe wanting to do a little bit of the business, but not comfortable enough to do their own classes. So really just being where they are and giving them what they need, because everybody is so different.
I love that. Meeting them where they are is so on point. Everybody has their own journey, their own battles, their own schedules, all of that. And this has to try to fit in between all of that. I know you have really an incredible life story, Rachael. You have had a ton of challenges from very young age. And I won't share all of those things here, but, everybody has challenges and obstacles they have to overcome. And I would love to hear from you, where in that process especially within growing this business, what was the game changer for you in really believing in yourself so that you can build a business like this?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so funny, a lot of people will say, oh, this is so easy for you, it's natural for you. And I can tell the people that are listening that are shy, anxious people that have a really hard time connecting with people, that are just scared out of their minds. I was like that for a very, very long time, and I worked very hard on personal development and I made the decision, okay, I need to be different. I need to do things differently if I want my life to be different. Mm-hmm. So just deciding that was a big thing. There's 2 big game changers actually that I can think of. that I think were just really, really pivotal for me to do this as a business and my aha moments. The first one was I have been so blessed that I have been able to meet with Connie McDaniel, a real crown diamond on our team, twice. The first time I went just because Jessica said, you really need to go, you really need to go, you really need to go. I didn't really need or want to go at that point, and this was in April, so this was before I committed to doing the business. And so I thought, okay, I'll go. I went to a spin class first, so I showed up at an IHOP. We met at an IHOP, which is awesome. We showed up at an IHOP. I was super sweaty because I had done the spin class for the first time, which didn't go great, and I was starving. So I'm sitting there listening to Connie. I think I ordered like 6 scrambled eggs and 18 pieces of bacon. I'm just shoving the food into my face. And I'm sure if I was Connie, I'd be like, oh yeah, no, you can go ahead and go. But she was the sweetest, most down-to-earth person ever. And I just remember thinking, wow, this person is such a great person that is non-judgmental of anybody. And she could have judged me big time for just how I kind of showed up and flopped down and started eating my eggs. And she was just very sweet and listened. And from that point on, she was very simple about how she explained the business. She said, just share your oils, love your oils, repeat. Share, love, repeat. And so I thought to myself, I can do that. That's easy enough to where I can just share, love, repeat and see what happens. And then it was shortly after that, a couple weeks, that I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. So that's probably the first pivotal moment of really wanting to do the business. And then the second one is my amazing husband, Will. And I really hope a lot of people get to meet him because he is such a phenomenal man. But he was so supportive of everything, of me being gone even more than I already was, of me, getting home from my day job and going straight up to the computer and working. One of my health conditions is I had an eye stroke when I was 19, so I have permanent blindness in my left eye. So I haven't been able to drive for 15 years. So he has driven me to every single class. And Brooke actually has helped a ton with that as well. But he's driven me to every class and to all of the one-on-ones and all of that stuff. So just having the support of him has been absolutely amazing because, he would work a full day too, and then he'd come home and he'd clean and he'd cook dinner and all of that good stuff. So just having that support kind of propelled me forward to keep pushing on with the dream that I had for this business.
That's awesome. Awesome. Since we're on the subject of Will, what role is he now taking with this? Because you guys have had a pretty big change in the last month-ish. So tell us what Will is doing as part of this Young Living business as well.
Absolutely. It's amazing. So, we've talked about it kind of unofficially over the last few months, and we were like, well, we're both working a lot. We're getting kind of tired. And then we just decided, hey, how about you quit your job after 15 years, which is a huge leap of faith. And we kind of looked at each other and got a little pale and shaky and then said, let's do it. Let's just try it. Let's do it. Might as well. So he quit his job and he now co-teaches all of the classes. He does all of the email correspondence with people if they're comfortable corresponding with him, all of the text messages, all of the one-on-ones he comes to. He does our newsletter and our blog and just calling people on the phone. And if they have problems, he calls customer service. He is a huge researcher. So everything that I've actually learned about the oils, I learned from him, which is so funny. He's the one that actually taught me everything that I know about every oil. He's so scientific, and so it's amazing because he can talk to people on a surface level about the oils or the ones that are very challenging and wanting to know the scientific stuff. He knows all about it. So it's been really, really great to have him just be such a researcher and to help everybody on our team, or not, cross team, whoever, anybody that has questions, he's willing to help. So he's been amazing with just helping out with anything and everything with the business. And he had to learn in a really short amount of time, the virtual office. It's so funny. He had never been on the virtual office. And then his first day that he quit his job, he was like, now where do I go? What is it? So he's learned so quickly all of this stuff and how to navigate stuff that's taken me a full year to learn. And the comp plan, everybody knows that's a little nutty. So he's learning that as well. And we're also kind of learning the comp plan, let's be honest. But it's pretty cool that he's just been there to jump on board and do everything that he can to help support our dream.
That's so awesome. I'm so so excited about how many men are joining into the Young Living business with us as partners, but even some doing it on their own. And I know on our team, we have husbands like crazy who are just loving this as a business, as a lifestyle. And we've, of course, got this EO Bros support group going for the guys that they're doing their own classes. I saw a picture of Will teaching a class the other day that you posted and signing people up. It's so cool. And we're so thrilled that he is joining you in that vision and the partnership, which is amazing. So we are also thankful for Will's participation and role in this as well.
Awesome.
So cool. Speaking of, we'll have a EO Bros launch event in Colorado area on August 13th, I think. Anyway, stay tuned for more information if you have guys in the Colorado area that want to talk oils and lifestyle and fitness and Ningxia Red and Nitro and all those manly men things. Chutron.
Yeah.
So
quick side note really fast. I want to tell people too, when I brought my kit home, he was like most people's husbands who are like, why are you bringing home more stuff? Why are you bringing home more stinky things? So don't be discouraged if they're not on board right away. I mean, I brought home a lot of things that are, something that's a come and go kind of thing. And so when you bring something home that they think that you're just spending a lot of money on and that you're not really going to do as a business or anything like that, it might just take them a while, but just keep sharing your oils with them, and eventually something will happen where they have their moment of, wow, these oils work. So don't be discouraged if they're not on board right away. Just be patient with them. Don't force it on them, and just know that eventually they'll come around.
Just like you, right? After your kit sat for 2 months.
Just like me. Just like the pain in the butt I am.
So going right back to where we were saying, meet people with where they are. Our husbands may not be where we want them to be just yet, just because that's where we are. Leaders of our teams, they might not be where we are. So all of that great advice from you earlier. So just for fun, tell us what has been your biggest mistake along the way so far?
Yes, there have been a lot. And it's just, just knowing that you're going to make mistakes, knowing that, and Jeff told me all this time, just because it's no today does not mean it's no tomorrow. And I would say the biggest mistake that I've made is not being myself. So trying to be somebody that I'm not. And so I'm a goofy, fun person. I, have to control my potty mouth for reasons that are, the professional reasons. But other than that, I just try to really be myself. I try to be the person that I am. I'm very honest with people about what I have used, what I haven't used. And when I had a class where I tried to be like this professional carbon copy someone, it was terrible. But it was a class of 12. I bombed so hard. Nobody signed up. And then when I tried to do follow-up calls, nobody at all would answer my calls. So it's kind of funny. Once I started being myself again, everyone, for the most part, was jumping right on board. And it might not be that first time. It might be the 7th encounter with them. But it's really funny that once I started being who I really was again, then people would actually kind of take to that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I know I didn't talk with you about this before, so I'm going to jump this one on you just to kind of close this up. But one of the things that is very unique about your team, Rachael, is that, and it shouldn't be unique, we all are striving to do this. So I would love a little tip from you on this part. You have, I want to say, and this is the emerald green personality of me, and I can look it up right now, but the statistics of how many people you have in your organization and how many are ordering on a regular basis on Essential Rewards is crazy high, like 76% of your organization.
Oh, cool. I didn't even know that. That's awesome. That's awesome. So,
where the average is literally, so you have a really, really strong team of people who are using Young Living as a lifestyle, clearly, because they're ordering.
Yeah.
I know I see pictures of you all the time where you're writing thank you cards and encouragement cards, and then you texted that you were writing a congratulations on being a member for a year cards, things like that. Are there any other tips that you have to share with us on how we also can raise our percentages and really helping people see the oils as a regular lifestyle and not just a one-time purchase?
Gotcha. Yeah. So it's what I learned from you guys, actually. The fortune is in the follow-up. So following up, and then there's a couple of things, actually. So really learning how that person likes to communicate. So I always ask them straight out, how do you like me to communicate with you? Do you want me to come see you? Do you want me to call you? Do you want me to text you? Do you want me to email you? Because I want to make sure that I'm communicating in a way with you that, number one, is comfortable for you, and number two, is just the best way of communicating. And once I started doing that, it just shows the respect for their time and for the way that they like to communicate. So that's kind of the first thing I started doing. And then regularly reaching out to them. And then, sometimes I'll just call people and say, hey, I just got this new oil. Like, for example, we got the oil Harmony. Loved it. And so I called as many people as a bottle would fit into the little sample bottles. And I said, I have 20 little sample bottles. I have this bottle of Harmony. I would love to share with you. Can I please bring this to you? It'll be a quick drop off. I won't harass you or hang out in your bushes, but can I please bring this to you? And just sharing the new things that I learn about the products, or, hey, I used the calcium, the Super Cal. Love it. If you want more information, let me know. So just little tidbits to people, following up with them, and really just not just call them when I have something Young Living related, but really just calling them, every third time for, hey, how are you? Writing things down as I'm talking to them, like, I heard your granddaughter was sick. Is she feeling better? Or, hey, how was that trip to California? I'd really love to see pictures. So it's the business of really building relationships with people and building that trust. And so once you have that trust and you're yourself with them, they're comfortable. And then you can really share with them the lifestyle of Young Living and switching over their products and getting onto Essential Words and, hey, I want to help you save money. I love saving money. I love me some coupons. So, just stuff like that, like relating with people. And that's been, I think, a huge key to the success of having people see the value in Essential Rewards.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for letting me jump that question on you last minute.
Oh, yeah.
As we close our call, I want to just give a quick shout out to your amazing older sister, Jessica Pearson, who is also a Young Living Silver. And Jessica, for your amazing leadership with the Colorado team, with
Rose.
and for walking with her when she was also amazing silver. So I believe that's pretty much all of our time for tonight. And I'm so thrilled that everybody joined us on this Wednesday Wisdom call. And anything else, Miss Andrea?
Oh, no, I think that's great. Thank you so much for being on the call, Rachel.
You rock, Rachel.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I got stuff out of it for sure. So thank you. I'm sure everybody who was on did. And Shauna, thank you so much for hosting the call.
Yes, thank you, Shauna.
Bye, Auntie Ginge.
Hi, Bennett. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. And feel free to ask questions if you have for Rachel on the Wednesday Wisdom Facebook page. I'm sure Rachel would be happy to answer any of their questions, or Jessica also, as to what it's like building a team in another state, or feeling like you have another state that you're wanting to open up the market to, and what that's like for getting support and help and building in another place that's not your home state. So anyway, thanks again, everybody, and have a great Wednesday.
Thanks, Shauna.